my channel. Thanks for watching this video. Today I'm going to be doing a diabetic day and letting you know what my blood sugars are throughout the day and what I'm eating, what I'm doing that will be affecting my blood sugars. So it is 7:55 a.m., so I am a little late to starting these videos for the day, but it is also December 5th. It's a Sunday, so I am actually a little off of my normal routine on the weekends, which I actually thought would be a good day to do a video because I'm not eating, the typical things I eat every day, which will affect my blood sugars throughout the day. So I did actually wake up this morning around 5:30 a.m. I went to bed really early last night. So naturally I woke up at 5:30 a.m. I am a morning person. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know I do like to wake up early. There's something about being awake when no one else is awake, and I love to get my workouts done in the morning. So I woke up around 5:30. I laid in bed probably for about 15-20 more minutes and just relaxed. But when I woke up, let's see what my blood sugars, where they were at when I woke up. So blood sugars this morning when I woke up were around 115, which is actually great for me. For some reason, I usually wake up on the higher end. I'm still within range always when I wake up, but usually I'm around like 130 or 140. When I wake up. So the fact that I was 115 today is great. And the reason I think actually that was I ate pretty well last night for dinner. I had one slice of a quesadilla. It was chicken and cheese. So we do know that cheese slows down the digestive process. But the fact that I had chicken and a carb of a tortilla, that did help obviously with the digestion process as well. But then I actually had a little bit of a salad with it as well. So there was more veggies associated with my meal. So overall, I ate pretty good last night for my dinner, which is why I think that my blood sugar was so low this morning at 115. But after I got out of bed, I actually came down, I made some coffee, and I relaxed on the couch for another 20 minutes with my coffee. Coffee does not make my blood sugars go up. Now, I know for a lot of diabetics, that's not the case. I know sometimes it will go up for them, but for me, it does not. So I never have to worry about that. By the way, my coffees are straight black. I don't put anything in it. So that could also be the case. I don't know. Yours might go up. So be cautious of coffee. I've heard stories of it going up for people. So you always want to be cautious of that. But ever since this morning, it stayed pretty normal around 115. And so I usually take my long lasting insulin around 7 a.m. So a lot of people also take it at night, but I take mine in the morning. I don't know why I take mine in the morning versus at night. My endocrinologist just told me to do that. So that's what I've been doing ever since I was diagnosed back in February. It seems to work well for me. Sometimes my dinners do go high. I go high after eating my dinners, but I don't know if that's associated with the long lasting insulin at all. But I usually take it around 7. So before I actually took my long lasting insulin today, I decided to do a quick workout, and we actually have a mini home gym in our garage. So I went down there for about 50 minutes and did a cardio HIIT strength workout. Basically, I just did some squats, some lunges, jumping jacks, that type of thing for about 15 minutes. And I was trying to see, it did go up a little bit. It went up to 148 after my workout. And I think that's because I was doing squats and lunges and using weight. I noticed that during my workouts, if I'm using weight in any form, if I'm doing lunges and squatting with a dumbbell or doing arms with dumbbells, that my blood sugar starts to go up. But if I'm doing cardio only, so if I was only doing jumping jacks, or if I just decided to go for a run today, which I didn't, but if I did, my blood sugar would have dropped. And that's even with no insulin on board. So I'll go into that later. This is not a exercise insulin on board video, so I'm not going to get into that because I didn't do any cardio really today. But it is now 8 a.m. So I did take my long lasting insulin. I showered, and now I'm about to eat some breakfast. So cheers. To track my blood sugars, I use Dexcom, which I absolutely love when it works, which it does work most of the time, but sometimes it is off. I use Dexcom on my phone, and then I have it currently actually on my hip down here. But I actually have to change it here in half an hour. So I will be out 2 hours while it is warming up. But that's okay. That happens, every 10 days. So it's important to, make sure you have your pricker. You want to have that with you when that's happening, just in case you need it. So stay tuned for more information on my blood sugar day. What I have for breakfast basically every morning is a yogurt bowl. And by the way, it's freezing in here, so I put on my jacket. But so I have a yogurt bowl for breakfast every morning. I love yogurt bowls, and it's never once made my blood sugar skyrocket or drop. So it's a perfect option. And I actually have another video where I go into what I make for my yogurt bowls. I'll link it below so you can go watch it, because I highly recommend making yogurt bowls for breakfast. So go ahead and do that. I won't get into it too much here. But what I wanted to do was go over where I was at before I ate my yogurt bowl, and then where I'm at currently after eating my yogurt bowl. And then I'll do another one in 2 hours from when I ate my yogurt bowl, when I took my insulin, where my blood sugars are at that point as well. Let's talk about my blood sugars before I ate versus after I ate. So my blood sugars before I ate were at about 130. So because I worked out, it was a little bit high, but I took my long-lasting insulin at 7, and then I took some fast-acting insulin around 7:30. And I took 1 unit because for me, for breakfast, it's about 1 to 30 carbs, 1 unit to 30 carbs for breakfast. So my yogurt bowl is usually around 30 carbs. So I took 1 unit, and I actually can't wait that long before eating. It's just, for some reason, the insulin, I feel like, hits me faster than some other people. So I actually eat within 5 minutes of taking my insulin. If I wait 15 minutes, it actually sometimes will hit me too soon and it doesn't match up properly. So I waited about 5 minutes, and then I ate my yogurt bowl. So now it's been about an hour since I've eaten my yogurt bowl, and I'm currently at 136. So I've gone up a tiny little bit, but I will let you know in the next hour what I am again, because most foods take about 2 hours to digest and fully, go through the system and hit with the insulin. So in about 2 hours from when I ate is when I should really be able to track how my insulin has worked. But I am currently at 136 after an hour. So far so good. But I'll let you know here in an hour or so where I'm at with my blood sugars. So here's my Dexcom. You can't see that, can you? It's not going to work. There we go. You can see it kind of now. If I hold it sideways, you can see it. So 136. And I'll keep you updated.
Hey friends, so my Dexcom has officially started working after the warm-up period, and it says currently that it's at 137, which is awesome because it pretty much stayed the same over the past 2 hours, which is what I was saying before when I was telling you that the yogurt bowls are awesome for breakfast, because my levels usually stay the same. They stay within 10 to 15 numbers, so I highly recommend that. But I actually am at the office right now putting some gift boxes together because it's the holiday season and I'm very busy, but I'm going home soon. I'm going to be eating lunch. So I will update you as to what my numbers are before lunch, and then what I'm going to be eating for lunch. I don't know yet. Maybe a bowl of some sort. But then I'll let you know after what it's at, and then 2 hours after, and we'll just keep going for the rest of the day. All right, I'm back home and I'm hungry. So it's officially lunchtime for me. It is 12:23 p.m. and my levels are still at 135. This is a great day that I'm recording for you guys. I promise, not all days are like this. So we'll see what happens after lunch. Oh, there it is. It's done in the microwave. So I have to go get it. But basically I'm having, well, actually I'll show you what I'm having, because I'm about to take my insulin for it, because like I mentioned earlier, I don't wait that long when I'm taking my insulin to when I eat. But, so it's leftovers from Qdoba. So as you can see here, it's basically just a bowl. There's chicken, beans, so I have to count that in as carbs, some sour cream, avocado. I think that actually is like the only carbs in here. Kind of look around, I'm like, what else is in here? Not much, not many carbs. So I'll probably only take, so for lunch and dinner, I actually take a little bit more insulin when I'm eating than I do for breakfast. So I'm gonna take about 1.5 insulin units for this. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I do have the junior version, so I can take half units of insulin because I still don't need that much to cover the carbs. So that's what I'm gonna do, 1.5 units for this bowl. We'll see what happens. Here we go.
It is 3:52 and it's been about 3.5 hours since I last ate. And what happened actually about an hour after I ate is I started to drop. My Dexcom told me I was at 112 and that it was going down. And I was actually at the grocery store. Luckily, I had glucose tablets on me, which is actually what I usually keep in my purse when I go low. Everyone makes fun of me for that because everyone thinks they're gross. But I actually I think they taste like sweethearts. And I actually love the little individual, I don't have them. I was going to see if I had them around, but I don't have them. The little individual ones. I think there's maybe 8 to 10 glucose tablets in one of the individual tubes. And so it's perfect for a purse. They're small enough. You can literally throw them in a pocket. If you're, wearing a jacket like this, they're perfect. So that's not what I eat every single time. It's just easy for when I'm on the go, like at the grocery store and when my blood sugar drops, even though I guess that's the best place to happen because I could buy whatever there. But anyway, so I popped 3 glucose tablets, which equals about 12 grams of sugar. I was at the grocery store just to prepare because I didn't want to drop low under 70. And that was about an hour and a half ago, maybe. But now it's actually going high. And I think that's because the glucose tablets hit me, but also my food now is hitting me. I was a little more delayed in terms of the food, like the beans, they're not fast acting carbs. They're long, they take a while to digest. So I think both of those were happening at the same time, which is why it's a little high. So right now I'm actually at 174. I want it to come down a little bit more. Obviously under 180 is great for after a meal, but a normal person would be under 140. So my goal is always to be under 140. So I would like this to drop down a little bit before dinner happens. So I keep looking at my watch because I don't know if anybody has an Apple Watch, but I actually have it on my watch here. So this number down here is my Dexcom. Let's see if I can hit it. There we go. See, so it says I'm 174. And it's pretty steady at the moment, but hopefully it will come down soon. So stay tuned for dinner. I haven't decided what I'm going to eat yet, but you'll know and I'll share it. So stay tuned.
What's up, guys? So I wanted to do another video because last video I shared with you, I was approaching 180 and my goal was to get down. Well, for the past hour, I've been sticking with 180. So I took 1/2 of a unit of insulin to help it come back down. Working a little bit. So right now it's at about 160. So it is coming down, but before I recommend ever doing what I just did of giving yourself a shot of insulin, thankfully I have the junior version, so I'm able to give half of a shot of insulin to get it to come down. But I do not recommend doing that because if you take insulin without eating afterwards, it can come down pretty quickly. So you have to be very, very, very careful if you do that. But because mine wasn't budging, it was just sticking at 180. I really wanted it to come down before I ate dinner, which it is only 4:54 here. So it's not dinner time yet. I won't be eating for another hour and a half or so, but I wanted it to come down. So now that I did that though, and I do see that it's coming down, it's about 20 points down. I am gonna have to watch it very closely because I don't want it to drop too much while I'm just sitting here. So keep that in mind. It's, insulin is there for when we need it, but it also can be very harmful to us. So I'm gonna be watching my blood sugars very, very closely over the next hour. And of course, I really hope it doesn't continue to drop and get really low because I'm gonna have to snack on something. So that is my update for you right now. And as you can see, it is Christmas and my tree is in the back. Happy holidays, friends. So it's officially dinner time and I typically make a pretty good dinner meal for dinners on Sundays. However, Ian's actually out of town. If you don't know who Ian is, he's my boyfriend, but he's out of town and I'm not starving and I also don't really feel like cooking. So I'm not having the best diabetic meal tonight, but I'm actually just gonna have a sandwich. It has some roast beef, some salami, some cucumbers, some hummus and mustard on it. And then I'm also going to have an apple with peanut butter to make my dinner meal. Bread has about 28 grams of carbs. And usually for that, I would take about 1 unit to 1.5 units of insulin. This bread actually has some sugar in it. It actually has 1 gram of added sugar. So it actually hits me a little differently than normal bread. So I will be taking 1.5 for just the bread itself. But then I'm having the apple, and the apple has about 15 grams of carbs plus the peanut butter. And so I'm gonna take another half or 1 full unit. So I'm gonna start with 2 and then I'll add another half unit later on if that's what I need to do, just based on kind of my reactions to it. So my blood sugar is currently at 116. And like I mentioned earlier, I will not wait to eat. I'm just gonna go ahead and start eating after I take my insulin, and then I will update you for the final blood sugar before bed, after dinner. And I really, really hope that this all has helped you. So stay tuned for the last blood sugar reading. Hey everyone, tonight is the final blood sugar reading for the night. So I am about to go to sleep and my blood sugars actually are starting to drop. So I'm gonna take a couple blood sugar tablets, some glucose tablets, just to ensure that they don't go too low when I'm sleeping. It does say 110 and going down right now. So I'm gonna pop a couple, probably 2 or 3, and just monitor my blood sugar before I go to sleep. Obviously, I will have my Dexcom on loud, so I will, you know, be prepared, and I will know if it does decide to go too low or too high. I will be alerted. So thank you for watching my blood sugar day, my diabetic day. I really appreciate it, and I hope this helped someone out there who's new to diabetes and still learning the ropes, or if you're a caregiver and you know somebody that has type 1 diabetes. I hope this is helping you learn a little bit more about it, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.